This video is brought to you by GameMaker. And if you've ever wanted to get into game development, GameMaker does this really crazy thing where it's free. Just start making and only pay when you want to release your game to the world commercially.
It's fast, it's user-friendly, and there's easy-to-follow tutorials, plus a dedicated community to help answer even my questions. How make man jump? GameMaker is a 2D game engine that's helped bring some of yours and my favorite recent experiences to life, like UFO 50, Chicory, Anton Blast, and of course, Yahtzee's own Starstruck Vagabond.
Ooh, we talking about GameMaker? I love that program, it's so easy to use. As well as Starstruck Vagabond, I also used it to make all 12 projects in my 12 games in 12 months Dev Diary challenge. And I couldn't believe how much sex I got out of that. None. I got none at all. Which I couldn't believe.
So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the GameMaker link in the description and start cracking away today, because we want to play your game.
Yeah, looking through this list, I'm seeing one of you made Armpit Fart Tycoon, and I've got several questions for you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Firelink Podcast, episode number 77 for Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Marty Sleva here, joined by Nick Calandra and producer Eric. And we have an excellent show for you today. Listen, Casey's going to be back next week. We're going to be back to normal. Everything's going to be fine. Noah's going to be crying. And luckily, two little news bits dropped today, because otherwise, I'm going to be honest, we'd be stretching for topics. Luckily, this morning we had a Nintendo Direct partner showcase. And then this afternoon, we had the big reveal of Battlefield 6. And I'm going to be honest, if 24 hours ago you asked me which one of these are you going to be excited for and which one of them will you be underwhelmed by, I would be surprised at my answers right now. So we'll chat about both of those, and then all sorts of games we've been watching. I was going to say we've been probably playing. I guess you can watch some games too. That's fine. There's games with cutscenes. Death Stranding, I feel like I'm watching every once in a while. Nick, how are you doing? We did it. We made it to August. Well, not yet. We almost made it to August. Yeah, like legally, tomorrow is August.
We've almost made it to August, and I think there's a cold front coming tonight, so it's finally going to drop down to the 70s tomorrow.
It's happening. It's finally happening.
Damn it! It's been so hot.
Get fucked, summer. Yeah, it's been hot. It's been that humid heat too, which is not fun. It's
been awful. I was in Seattle last week, and I was like, I might just stay here. It's so much nicer here. It was sunny, and it was like I could wear a longer sleeve shirt and not die.
Yeah, I mean, would you get depressed at the overcast 85% of the time?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
If I want to see the sun, I could just go play a video game.
I'm sure Seattle's cheaper than Casey. Everything's
yeah. You know, the East and West Coast are notoriously cheaper than the Midwest, which is the most expensive place in the country to live.
Yeah, that's a fact.
True fact.
I read that.
Ask Croc.
I read that. Exactly. Easy to truth. And a couple people have asked. We're going to figure out what's going on with Fantasy Critic when Casey gets back next week. We're gonna finally settle the big debate of is Bonanza the Mario game, and we'll see if we want to do an extra 2 picks a piece or something for fall games. I'm assuming you can do that, right? Seems like a kind of thing you can add games to.
We know you need help. It's okay.
I don't need help for anything. I'm doing fine. Listen, all my babies in the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase showing up, including, you guys laughed at me when I drafted incredibly shitty looking game where you have a fire with your friends. But who's laughing now? Because it got prime real estate during today's Nintendo Direct. So there's been scuttlebutt of a Nintendo Direct by the time July wrapped up, and they announced it yesterday. It was a partner direct, which means it's going to be focused on third parties, which is fine because there's all sorts of exciting shit got to be coming to the Switch too. Woke up early this morning, watched the direct. It was about 25 minutes long, and let me tell you, as someone who usually leaves a direct and is like, man, there's several things I'm excited about. There was one new game I was excited about, and then a few things we already knew about. that I'm like, well, I'm going to play that when it comes out. But man, oh man, for their first proper, I guess it's not a proper, but for their first partner direct of the Switch 2 era, that was pretty underwhelming, I will say.
Yeah, I weirdly, like I usually sleep through them in the morning. I woke up because I was like, I'm excited for this one because I just got my Switch 2, and then I wish I had stayed asleep.
Made a huge mistake. Just made a huge mistake. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It felt just a little off. Like it was clear they led with. I put the link to a Polygon article. It did a great job of recapping a lot of stuff. It led with Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, which is definitely visually a step up, I think, from the previous two Monster Hunters. I do not care about Monster Hunter or Monster Hunter Story, but I do think this was a cool looking game. And then they capped it off with the pair of Square Enix Team Asano games in The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, which has a demo now, which I'm going to play tonight, and then Octopath Traveler 0. And there was scuttlebutt going into this, like, oh, is this where we're going to see the Final Fantasy IX remake or the Chrono Trigger remake or like, Xenoblade 3? And so the fact that these were the announcements, it seems like even like the hardcore fans like myself were kind of like underwhelmed a little bit by it. And then they showed some stuff. I was really excited for the Katamari game that's coming out. Looks great. I'm never going to say no to Katamari. It's coming out October 24th on pretty much everything. But yeah, the direct was just kind of lacking the juice for me.
I think I think they want to make it clear to maybe the more hardcore gamer that this is a platform you can come to now, because obviously Apex Legends was in there, a lot of EA games,
Star Wars,
Star Wars, Chronos: The New Dawn. Maybe
I was actually surprised to see Chronos, because that's like a normal AAA game coming out this fall, and it's coming out on Switch 2 as well.
Yeah, so I guess if you only play on Switch and haven't played a lot of those big AAA games, and all the announcements of games that have been out for years at this point, Yakuza Kiwami and Persona 3 Reload and all that stuff, all coming to the Switch, there's probably something to be excited about there if that is your main platform. I think for us specifically, it's like, well, these games have already been out for a long time. There's not much new here.
Yeah, well, and even those
it's annoying.
ports,
it's annoying that Nintendo always feels like it's playing catch up.
Yeah, and even those ports, I feel like there could have been third-party AAA games from the past couple of years that would have gotten people excited if they would have been like the Dark Souls trilogy is coming to Switch, or Red Dead 2 or GTA 5 is coming to Switch. Yeah, like there could have been some exciting things there. And then same thing on the indie front. Like this felt like this could have been a time, the Switch 1 was so synonymous with strong indie support. And again, it is silly to watch this one direct and say, oh, well, Nintendo's doomed, because they also just released a Game of the Year contender of a game last week. But I was a little bummed, not necessarily like assuming. Well, so Jason Farrow over in the Patreon. And remember, if you're at the Patreon tier, at the $5 tier and above, we solicit comments and concerns for each episode. Jason said, how excited is Marty for the new Katamari? Extremely excited. Very excited for this. But also, should I just erase Hollow Knight Silksong from my brain until a new release date is announced?
Well, why do people keep thinking it's going to be at Nintendo? They have a Game Pass deal.
They have a Game Pass deal, but it's also been at Nintendo Directs.
Right. But if it was going to be a release date, it would be at Xbox for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it
may have been revealed at Nintendo Direct, but I don't think it had the Game Pass deal at that point, did it?
I mean, yeah, but does having a Game Pass deal mean you are tethered to marketing for Xbox? I actually don't know. Most of the time it has been, like Claire.
Yeah, I think it's fair to assume that, but maybe Hollow Knight's its own thing.
I was about to say, maybe this is one game that no one could assume a single thing for.
Yeah.
And then so I mean, what did you, as a new owner of a Switch 2, like, did this make you be like, shit, I shouldn't have bought one right now? Or is it just like, okay, well, the games will come, like, I have it and it's fine?
Yeah, I'm mostly in that, I have it in this fine camp. Ironically, like, Steam or Nintendo's been doing like a pretty good sale lately, so I've been picking up a lot of indie games that I want to play on the go. That for whatever reason, like I very quickly have transferred back from my Legion Go to the Switch 2 just because of the form factor of the console, and it's become my indie platform of choice again.
Yeah, Switch 2 is a nice little piece of tech.
Yeah, and ironically, I picked up Monster Hunter Stories 2 literally last night, so because it was on sale for. You can get 1 and 2 on sale for like $30 right now, which is a crazy.
You summoned it into existence.
I did. That seems to happen a lot. I was disappointed Viva Pinata 3 wasn't at the showcase, but we can't have everything we want.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised no Microsoft was.
Yeah, I was.
I expect them to show like Grounded or something.
Well, Grounded 2 doesn't. Nintendo doesn't do early access programs, so we won't get Grounded 2 till it's done.
That's a good point. Yeah,
and then unless they're doing a performance update for the original Grounded, we weren't going to see that there. The game I was most excited for was weirdly that Elliot game. I think it has the worst title I've ever heard for a video game, or close to it.
It's a really bad title. It is The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales.
Yeah, it looks really cool, but I'm never going to remember that title. Actually, I will, because it's
the title an 8-year-old boy named Elliot would name the picture book he's drawing, which is fine for an 8-year-old boy named Elliot. But some people were, we were hoping before we knew this was a partner direct that maybe Nintendo would solidify their fall lineup, because we know that there's a Nebulous Kirby Air Riders and Metroid and this Age of Imprisonment, and we know Pokemon is has its October date, but the Splatoon Raiders, we don't know the exact dates, and so Nintendo
showcase, not a first.
So
I think we'll get a partner showcase,
proper showcase soon, and September is the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers 1. And that was 5 years ago, which, again, hard to believe it was 5 years ago, but that was when they revealed Super Mario 35 and that 3D All-Stars collection that was only available for 3 months or whatever bullshit that was. So I imagine they're going to have more at this next one. But also the direct was also Eric brought it up earlier in our Slack channel, but the messaging with games that are cross-generation or cross-buy or even on the cartridge that you buy is really muddied and kind of confusing. Like Eric mentioned, that if you buy Octopath Traveler 0 on Xbox, you could play it across any Xbox as well as PC. If you buy it on PS4, you can play it on PS4, PS5, that kind of thing. But the Switch ones are locked to their specific hardware without an upgrade feature.
That's behind in some areas. That's their I
don't even know but who is that? Is that on Nintendo or is that a third party? Because there's all those games I own for Switch 1 that just work on Switch 2. So that's not a problem. It's just weird. And then even they kept saying okay, if a game's coming to Switch 2, we'll have a Switch 2. If it's coming to Switch 1, we'll have a Switch 1. And if it's coming to both, we'll have both. And then the Katamari trailer played, and it just had a Switch 1 logo. And I'm like, I assume that's going to work on my Switch 2, right?
It is. Yeah, it was funny because it almost seemed like it was going to make it very clear at the start of the showcase, because they're if we put these logos up, it's very clear where they're going. And then only the Switch 1 logo comes up, wait a second.
And I'm like, but I don't, because I tried to play Gex on my Switch 2, and that fucked up the other week. That was
my bigger annoyance with Nintendo right now is just like you said, the cross-platform support, and obviously we know that they didn't send out a lot of dev kits to indie studios. So that became a big thing today, specifically because Ninja Gaiden Ragebound came out, and apparently it only runs at 30 frames per second on Switch and has visual artifacts and everything. It's not a good. Don't buy it on Switch 2 right now is what people are saying, and I'm like, how is this game running at 30 frames on the Switch 2? What are we doing?
And this seems like that should have been a game tailor made for a throwback to an NES game, a 2D kind of hand drawn action thing. And I do think assuming it's this, I think we both know from secondhand sources that a lot of devs just didn't get dev kits until the Switch was out. Like literally, like they got them like 2 months ago, a month ago.
Yeah. Well, that's the silly part is like the indies are what made the platform so huge. Like, why would you not prioritize the developers that made your platform so huge? I don't get it. The other thing that I'm finding weird with the Switch 2 is like some games do run a lot better on it. I picked up Ashen during the sale right now, and Ashen on the Switch 1 I think only runs at 30 frames, but on Switch 2 it runs at 60. But there's no indication anywhere that it performs better, and I don't think they did anything. I don't know, like, I'm assuming the game just has an unlocked frame rate, and that's why it's running better on the Switch too.
Sure.
I don't know though. Like they need to fix that. They need to make.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no uniformity, right? Like, there's no kind of across the board way for them to do things, which just makes things confusing. And even like upgrades of their own games, it'll be like, oh, this is just a free thing, and this will just run a little bit better.
This
on
one's
Switch
$10, and this one's $2.
And then this one's $10. And then
$4.
here's the Super Mario Party Jamboree, and its update fucking sucks, and it costs a lot of money, and you have to launch an entirely different like thing into a different like mode. It's incredibly dumb. That's just Nintendo. Nintendo in a nutshell is, man, this is one of my favorite games of the year, and also everything they do is incredibly dumb. And then It's Ren. I think you'll have to close your ears for this one. This might be about old games coming back. It's Ren said, aside from Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remasters, what are some older Nintendo exclusive games, first or third party, that you would like to see remastered, remade, or rebooted for the Switch 2? I'd like to see Mario Galaxy 2 playable on Switch 2, because that never came to Switch 1. That's still locked to the Wii, and I guess if you dig out a Wii U. And then in terms of other franchises, like seeing kind of how they brought life back to Donkey Kong, like I want to see them try that with like a Star Fox or something, like Earthbound. Granted, that would be like a bigger RPG kind of thing, but like Nintendo can kind of do that to its first. It even did that. Kid Icarus was like dormant for so long, and then granted it was again locked on 3DS, where it's kind of physically hurts to play, but that's a really cool game. So yeah, I feel like Nintendo just moves on Nintendo time.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what we're doing? The Switch 2 launch reminds me so much of the Xbox One launch, of like, cool, we got some cool stuff, what's next? And like, just no idea.
yeah. And then the other thing of like, I've really liked that it has the GameCube virtual console thing, but like, what is that cadence going to be like? Like, is it going to be monthly? You know, for like a PlayStation Plus game or a Game Pass game, like they kind of make a big to do out of it, where at the end of a month or beginning of a month or whatever, they'll like have a big blog post where it's like, here's the new games coming down, here's the old games you could play, and this kind of stuff. Whereas with Nintendo, it'll just randomly be like, Mario Golf's on GameCube, go have fun. It'll be like 10 at night. Like, okay, I guess so. Like, maybe you can make a little more to do out of this.
Nintendo works on keeping you full of anxiety, and then surprising you, and then also disappointing you all at the same time.
Yeah, it's called the Luigi method. They've become very good at it. So yeah, but yeah, also like Nick mentioned, obviously we have a big global games event in about 3 weeks, Gamescom, which will have their big opening night live Keighley celebration thing. We'll obviously be doing our live watch along to that, but that could also be a place where, if maybe Nintendo first party, but also a lot of third parties kind of show off their goods.
I imagine we get a Metroid Prime 4 release date during Gamescom.
I would think so, unless it's just delayed to next year. Like,
that's also possible.
Yeah,
they had out now posters, so it's ready.
Oh yeah, that was the one like at the subway station or whatever.
Yeah,
that's silly as hell. But yeah, shifting gears, like I talked about at the beginning, to another event that was happening today that I was not very excited for, and then I watched the footage and I was like, holy shit, this is cool looking. The Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal took place today. We got details. The game is launching on October 10th. It is going to be current gen only, so PS5, Series X and S, and PC. They showed off like what felt like a pretty thorough deep dive into the entire multiplayer suite, including the levels, the like series iconic kind of transformations, terraforming, destruction tech, and then the portal, which I think is a cool thing, which has definite shades of like old school Halo, being able to kind of build your own games and build your own fun in them. So, Nick, what did you, as someone who's been pretty critical of Battlefield in recent years, what did you think of this reveal?
Yeah, I'm very excited for Battlefield 6. Feels like they listened to the feedback, and then during the entire showcase, like they kept mentioning how confident they are in the game because they've done so much playtesting on it.
Yeah,
Which is very different. Like, I know people are going to be skeptical about it. I'm, of course, still skeptical about it because it is EA, it's Battlefield. Who knows how the launch is going to go? Thankfully, we are going to have like an open beta starting next weekend and the weekend after to play it and get our hands on it. They also showed live gameplay today, like unedited everything with just streamers playing it, and it looked really smooth and polished already. So I was pretty impressed with it. Going back to like Battlefield 2042, I was at the hands-on preview event for that before they launched it. Maybe why I wasn't invited back for Battlefield 6, because I was very critical of Battlefield 2042. Like, I remember the preview I did for Escapist where I was like, these apparently there was like 4 assault rifles in the game, and I was already knew like this is gonna have very little content in it. There's very little destruction. It doesn't really feel like Battlefield because they got rid of the iconic class system that they use, and they're trying to do operators. Like, I was against all of that stuff, so I was not surprised that like Battlefield 2042 didn't go over well. Everything they showed off today, like they made clear in like all the marketing today, like we're bringing back classes that people want. Like all those features that were shown in like maybe Battlefield 5 and 2042 and footage, like dragging soldiers across the ground to revive them, is actually in the game this time. Destruction, huge focus on that in the presentation. Completely revamped movement system, which was not good in Battlefield 2042. As somebody that plays these games a lot, like it was really bad. This has like a crazy amount of movement systems in it, actually, even like rolling when you hit the ground. It's also like a scene in that trailer where like you can deploy a ladder to get up into buildings, which looked fucking awesome. So
Strand like.
yeah, this seems like Battlefield at its most confident in a long time, and like just seeing the developers actually really excited about it and confident in it, giving us a very firm release date, giving us betas right away, all trending in the right direction. We'll see when we get our hands on it, but
Yeah,
I
skipping.
don't know.
I mean, skipping PS4 and Xbox, like the 13, 12-year-old consoles. And then them showing those creation tools in the Portal thing looked why it looked like looked like you have like the
You will be able
tools
to
of
create
like
your
a
own
simple
maps.
game engine. Like
That is what it is. It's a whole user generated creation engine that they want to basically increase the longevity of the game. Basically, how Fortnite has done it with their UGC stuff, and I guess PUBG, I didn't realize, has like a whole UGC engine in it. So yeah, Battlefield Portal, like they're going all in on it to like create all kinds of different gameplay experiences, which is awesome. Like that's something people have asked for in Battlefield for years.
Yeah.
And Battlefield is just so sandbox focused, like it absolutely makes sense to be there.
Yeah.
People are going to make jet races. People are going to in the trailer they showed an only up version of Battlefield. Like
and they showed like
stuff.
they were like literally players were just jumping across like scaffolding and cranes and shit over Brooklyn. It was one of those trailers where like I have a group chat with again my normie friends, and like even they were like, holy shit, this looks cool. And like they're the ones who'll just like play Call of Duty every year and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, like this has the potential to like this could maybe eat Call of Duty's lunch in a similar way that like Call of Duty's not careful. Like it could almost be like the Marvel Rivals coming along and like swooping in with for Overwatch too.
It's weird that they're doing like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, because like going back to Black Ops was an exciting event for a lot of people, and now you're just milking it dry again.
Sure, yeah.
The mistake they made with Modern Warfare, where they brought Modern Warfare 2019, it was really, really good, and then they milked the series dry again, and then went back to Black Ops, and I'm sure World War II is coming next for Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. The weird trailer they showed at the Keeley thing earlier with the guy from Heroes. Like I'm intrigued by whatever the hell is happening in that game, but we'll see. I think they're going to show more of that at the Gamescom.
Yeah, and I'm just glad like Battlefield has an actual aesthetic to it, because 2042 did not. 2042 was all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
They tried to do the Call of Duty thing with weird skins and all that stuff, and they straight up came out and said today, like, nope, we are keeping skins grounded to the game. We're not going to add in
fucking king of the hill.
Butthead, like Call of Duty did. Like I don't, like if it obviously Call of Duty does it because it makes money, right? Call of Duty is such a normie game that everybody will pick it up. I don't think. I mean, Battlefield's never going to be that. So EA's predictions for this thing to be 100 million players, I still think it's way far fetched for the series. But at the same time, I think maybe the gaming audience is getting tired of the metaverse aesthetic and everything, and it's just like, give me a grounded military war shooter. But maybe now is like the perfect time to do that. I was gonna do an Unpacked episode, and I probably will, on like just the games that are selling in the FPS space aesthetically are not the esports games and not the colorful toony shooters. And Splitgate 2 has been a massive failure. And everybody was like, why are you making this esports aesthetic? Nobody wants this. And then Ready or Not launches on console and goes 2 million copies in its first few weeks. And it's got a very clear, defined look and feel to it. And like, that's, I hate to say it, like FPS players, well, no, I don't hate to say it. It's just true. FPS players don't want toony stuff unless it's like really good Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. Really. What other one can you think of that's been toony looking that's been successful in the space?
Game with a fair game money sign.
Not even out. You mean the finals?
No, I mean fair game money sign.
Oh, okay.
I've looked into the future, and I know that game is a hit. The game's definitely not being canceled. Have they said, is Battlefield going to have single player stuff? They said
it's
the multiplayer reveal.
Single player campaign. Yep.
Okay, I'm excited for that. Especially if I could just tear shit down. It was also one of those things where it's rare that like I'm impressed by something visually in games, and I was just watching like the levels get torn apart in those. I was like, hell yeah, that looks cool. Like that looks really cool. That looks like something I'm like, okay, that is happening on the boxes I bought 5 years ago that wouldn't be able to work on the boxes I bought 10 years ago.
2042 was just so wild. Like, I just remember being in that preview event and like you couldn't destroy like simple walls. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So I've said since they said Vince Zampella was coming back to work on or going to work on Battlefield, like he will not mess this up. Like that dude knows shooters. He knows what people want from them.
Yeah, it's in his DNA.
Yeah.
Did you have any more Battlefield thoughts before I'm going to jump to a couple super chats?
No, not really. I'm just excited for it. Like I've been craving a good Battlefield game for a long time again, so I'm just hoping the launch goes smooth for them. Like they need to nail the launch of this.
Yeah, and the best thing that could happen for shooters and this genre in particular is if there's healthy competition. Like that's gonna cause everyone to have to step up their game, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, I think we just from these trailers alone, I think we are going back to the era of brown gritty shooters very quickly, though. So,
oh no!
Can't wait for people to complain about that again.
The browning begins. Hey, the pendulum always swings back and forth. Zoe Hristfeld, thank you so much with the $10 dono. Going back to Nintendo, Nintendo's going out of their way to not show an evoker in the Persona 3 Reload Switch 2 trailer is effing hilarious. Going so far as to use different key art in the thumbnail. I didn't notice that, but that is pretty funny. That's the thing in Persona 3 where in order to summon their personas, they shoot themselves in the head with a gun. And Nintendo apparently did not want that in their direct. You can show the game, but you can't show the thing where you shoot yourself in the head millions of times throughout the game. And then Fella Guy with a $10 dono. Thank you so much, Fella Guy. I'm pretty interested in picking up the ROG Xbox Ally. It feels like I may be the only person, though. Do you think something like that can succeed where both the Steam 2 and with both the Steam 2 and the Steam Deck? Is that ROG Ally?
Steam 2.
Switch 2 and Steam Deck. Sorry. Which is the ROG Xbox Ally? Are you gonna be able to like play your like entire Xbox library and Game Pass stuff natively on that, or is it all going to be streamy?
No, it'll be natively. I think the price is just leaked in it. If you want like the X, right? If you want the X version, I think it's like $800, maybe $900. Yeah. Honestly, I'm excited for that one. I'm definitely gonna sell my Legion Go to get that one specifically because of the way it's designed. Eric's showing the trailer on screen right now, but the controller parts actually like have the form factor of an actual controller and not the form like every other, handheld right now is kind of like rounded, and these actually have like the cornered edges.
You want to know which one handheld isn't? PlayStation Portal. That's just two halves of a fucking PlayStation controller jammed on the edge, of a little screen.
I can't stream my PC games to it though.
No, you don't. No. I'm not telling anyone to go buy a PlayStation Portal, but I'm saying in terms of comfortability, that might be the best feeling one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, at the X, there's two versions of it. There's like the X version and the normal version. The X version is pretty fucking beefy for what it is.
I like beef. Love the beef.
But yeah, I don't need that version because I just stream all my games from my computer now. So.
Oh no, I just want the beef. Give me the beef. And then Black Mage over in the Patreon. Thank you so much, Black Mage. Sort of going along with all of this, that I thought there'd be more news for the fall/winter after GTA announced its 2026 release year. But I feel like most of the news has just been layoffs or dry. What do you think the holiday season might look like, or what would you like to see? It does feel like the holiday season's like missing something. Granted, we got Battlefield, but it does feel like we're a couple solid dates like away from having what feels like a full fall.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be filled out through Gamescom.
Sure.
Yeah, not too worried about it. I mean, we usually get a lot of. I mean, release dates in general have been getting announced closer and closer to when the game is actually releasing.
Yeah. Because, I mean, look at Battlefield being revealed and releasing within 4 months.
3 months, yeah.
I guess there's
2 months almost because it's already August.
Yeah. It's also, we have to keep in mind that the kind of the old way of thinking of September through November is the busiest time of the year is kind of done. It is a busy time of the year, but look at what's come out in the last 6 months. Like, we didn't used to have first halves of the year that had stuff like, Death Stranding and DK Bonanza and the launch of a new console and, Clair Obscur and Doom and like all that shit. Like, yeah, Kingdom Come, exactly. Yeah, Yakuza game, Monster Hunter. Like, that was a really, like, every month had like 2 or 3 pretty huge games at the start of the year, and that just didn't used to happen. Like, we don't have slow Januaries or slow Februaries anymore.
February is the month we all dread now in games media.
Yeah, because it always tends to be shit. It's a couple days shorter, and they just cram the shit in there. Yeah, so
gotta get those Q1 profits up.
Yeah, but I'm expecting, especially like the back half of October and November to get some dates, because like August and September feel pretty locked down, especially the end of September into the beginning of October with like Ghost of Yotei and
packed.
Yeah, and so it's that it's like mid-October, like after Battlefield through the holidays, that is still a big question mark. Granted, Call of Duty is going to be in one of those, and Nintendo will have like 2 first-party games there, and I'm sure something will get revealed and go there. But yeah, in due time. But enough about games in the future. What have you been playing now?
I wasn't here last week, so my review of Wuchang Fallen Feathers went out.
Oh yeah, nice.
I very much enjoyed. One of my favorite From Software Souls-likes that I've played. It's been interesting seeing the conversation of it on social media, because I think people in general like it. Some find it very, very difficult, which I said in my review. It's just really fucking tough. But I think, I absolutely adored that game. Like, the level design is on par almost with From Software, I would say. I know there's been some scuttlebutt about like not enough reward for the amount of like searching around you kind of do and all the different hidden paths, but I didn't really feel that way. I often feel like there's too much loot in Souls games that I just don't use. I I just finished up Dark Souls 2 in one stream, by the way. It was really impressive.
I literally thought you said like an hour beforehand you were just going to start a new game, and then I think I did my stream like an hour later, and they're like, Nick finished it. Like, how?
But yeah, I mean, like if you looked at my inventory, like there's so much shit in there I don't use, so I'm glad like there wasn't an abundance of loot, and I was basically looking around for upgrade materials just to make my character better. But my favorite part, well, not my favorite part, my favorite thing about Wuchang Fallen Feathers was actually its level up system, which I talked about in my review. That basically, when you level up, you get skill points that you assign on skill trees. But I think a quality of life feature that like everybody has been asking Souls games to do is let you rebind your skills at no penalty, so that you can try all the different weapons and shit you acquire throughout the game.
Yeah.
And Wuchang does that, so I was able to do a spear build for a bit if I wanted to do that, or a longsword build, or whatever. And that actually came in handy when like you can have, if you do that system that way, you can have a variety of bosses that are slow or faster, because you can adjust your build to what you need to do to win that fight. So I really enjoyed it for that reason. But yeah, like once you really get in the flow of that game and like get the dodging and the parrying down, it's really beautiful. And it's like just maybe cliche to say, but like some of the battles really do feel like a dance with swords kind of thing. Really, really neat. So I think the first major boss you get to has been a stopgap for a lot of people, and I think even like some of the Souls streamers and content creators that I follow like took 2 or 3 hours to beat her, and it was like, yeah, same for me. But like once you take your time and like really get her moveset down, it's like a really fun fight. So nice. Yeah, there was not much I disliked about Wuchang Fallen Feathers. It's on Game Pass, and it was only $50. I was getting yelled at in the comments for saying I'm surprised this game isn't $70, because apparently that's me normalizing $70 games, even though we have normalized $70 games. So
yeah, anytime a game is less than 60, I'm like, well, this is nice. This is a treat.
Yeah. So I mean, like this game could have easily been $70. I will say it again, and it's super high quality and it's super good, and you should go play it if you like Souls games.
It's gotten some negative reviews on Steam. Is there like a performance thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you played it on PC and your rig was fine, but obviously with PC games, it's everyone's computer's different. So
yeah, that's the like people get so mad at game reviewers for not letting you know about performance issues. I'm like, there's no way to know until the game is out in the wild and every different build has access to it.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's on consoles, like you could tell, like if a Switch game has performance issues, but PC is kind of impossible, and you have a beefster, so you have the Rog Xbox Ally X of PCs.
Yep. If there's problems with a game on my PC, then there are serious problems with the game.
Something is deeply wrong.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing?
Yeah, I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza as well. I'm almost done with it. I really like it. I really like that you can just kind of break the game by destroying the world. Like some of the puzzles, like I've just climbed around because you can just build through it. Or break through it. So that's really fun. I really like when Nintendo, like, I think you talked about it maybe the week before I left, but like how Nintendo like breaks its own design philosophy sometimes with their mechanics, and I really like that.
Yeah, it's funny that they'll create, and they did the same thing in like Tears of the Kingdom. They'll create an entire like, here is the puzzle challenge you need to do, but also here are the tools, and you can fucking not do it if you can get in there. And so there'd be so many things where I'd like get to a banana, and then I'll be like, I guess I'll walk out the way they expected me to come in, and be like, oh, this was way harder than just digging weird holes and finally getting here.
Yeah. Half the time I'm just like sitting on the ground pounding it down until I find something. It's definitely. I want to see more of this from Nintendo. I just want to see them keep doing this with their IPs. Like we said earlier. Like, I want to see them do. I mean, like an open world Star Fox game would probably.
Yeah, almost, and like what they did with Kirby, with Forgotten Lands. I thought that was like a great way to sort of inject life into one of your series. So,
another game. There's not much to dislike about it, really. Some of the boss fights are very, very. I mean, it's a very easy game. So.
Yeah,
maybe could have enjoyed some more tough, maybe some tougher platforming challenges or something, just to even it out. So I think like the challenge is just finding all the bananas. But Gene Park like shared that like he found like 800 plus, but I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I believe there's like 1,000.
Nope.
A lot of nanners. A lot of nanners.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't even feel unless you like really, really love the game, it doesn't really feel necessary to find even half of them. Like it doesn't even feel like you need to upgrade the power-ups.
No, well, when you get into the post game, that's where the only levels that gave me problem were the post game levels. Gotcha. And they are gated behind like you need 350 bananas for one, 400 for the next, 450 for the other one, that kind of thing.
So is that after the credits?
Yeah, that is after like the initial credits. Yeah, you'll get to a point where it's very clear that like you've finished the game, but now there's new challenges there.
Once credits roll, I'm done.
Sure, yeah. No, it's very much like the Mario Odyssey, like when you get to the Mushroom Kingdom kind of thing and Dark Side of the Moon and all that garbage. I shouldn't call it garbage. It's a very good game. Congrats.
I did want to say one more thing about Wuchang, because I think somebody in your chat, maybe it was George Lucas, asked in our Discord about replayability for it. So there is a ton of NPCs to meet and different, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but different things can happen, and there's a lot of different endings apparently, and different things that can happen, including like areas and optional boss fights that may or may not appear depending on choices, like arbitrary choices you make in the game. So lots of reason to replay that one.
That's neat. I like that. That's almost like when I went back and like watched videos on Elden Ring and was like, I didn't know any of these characters existed.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know you could get to the fucking lava castle by like taking assassin contracts to somehow get there.
Wuchang has a lot of that in it. Like you could just there's doors that have riddles that you can answer in different ways, and they might take you one place or another. Like it's really interesting.
You could do rat battles to get across the world. I'm gonna start not playing games and just making up a bunch of lies about them and seeing if any of them catch on. Well, I talked about this with Jack last week, bouncing off Donkey Kong, that it feels like Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, and Donkey Kong are locks for 3 of the 6 nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. And those feel like the only 3 games I would say right now are locks. Blueprints and Kingdom Come, I would feel pretty sure of, but
just maybe a bit too hardcore.
A bit too hardcore, and it's going to depend on like if there's like a bunch of bangers in the fall. And I imagine Ghost of Yotai is going to get a nomination, like the Sony first party nomination. But
I'll be upset if Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is not up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be. Look, I don't think it's going to get a spot over Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, or Donkey Kong. And that's not like a personal preference thing. That's just how it feels like. The temperature.
I'll flip my desk.
Can't flip your desk. It's too heavy. You're gonna pull something.
That's true. And my monitors are also mounted on it, so that would be a really bad idea.
Yeah, and it's funny too. It's not Kingdom Come. Like it's possible Kingdom Come doesn't win a single thing.
Bullshit.
I don't know. Like, what would it? It's not going to win RPG over Clair Obscur. Like, there's no universe where it's RPG over Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur is hardly an RPG.
Hardly an RPG. Get the fuck out of here. You've been Polish pilled. Your problem is you've been Polish pilled.
You don't make any character choices.
You've been pierogi pilled. Pierogi pilled. S6 to Australian
That's Poland.
Dollars. Thank you so much. What? I said Polish pilled.
Yeah, Kingdom Come from Czech Republic. Get your Eastern European right.
Oh my God, roasted. Oh shit. God. No one tell my mom. My mom's gonna be so angry.
Quick, somebody give me Marty's mom's number.
It's fine. I could fuck it up. I could fuck it up. My mom's from Poland. S6 with $2 Thank you so much, S6. What juice is Battlefield delivering? Apple? If Battlefield 6 was a juice, what juice would it be? An Arizona iced tea?
Cran apple juice.
Wow, cran apple. You heard it here first. And then I don't even know what that means. And then
me neither, actually. I just said it.
Habrinar over in Ko-Fi with a dono. Thank you so much, Habrinar. What are your parameters for announcement to release time frame? As in, not so long ago, not so long that it gets overhyped like a Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky, but not so short that people don't have time to do their research before committing to a purchase, including time for reviews to be written. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is the shadow drop is like a genuine pain to cover if you don't know it exists.
Hold on a second. I think consumer, like a consumer not having time to make a choice on their purchase is baloney. That's your own FOMO talking. You can wait as long as you want to buy a game.
Yeah, but then they said including time for reviews to be written. Like that's
Yeah.
But like, what's the? I mean, I think the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle there, right?
Yeah, I think like 4 to 6 months is good at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we just for Lost and Found, we just worked on Dead Take, and that was a month from announced release, so that was a little bit intense. But
yeah. I mean, like an indie game doesn't need to be drawn out over that long.
Yeah,
but yeah, we also don't need. Yeah, you don't
need years in advance.
Yeah, like the Wolverine game. Remember that game?
Yeah, but like sometimes though, like games like Witcher 4 is a good example of like it was announced, but it was too higher for it.
So and that's the same thing like Arcane's Blade. Like, hey, we could start hiring people, and we don't have to say a secret thing, so we can draw people who are really interested on working on this thing from this studio.
Yeah, I think as long as we don't see it until it's ready, a la Perfect Dark, Everwild, like these fancy trailers that like say like, "Oh, this is a real game that's coming." Clearly, not happening now. Thanks Xbox.
Yeah,
but yeah, like Blade, we didn't get like any pre-rendered gameplay. We didn't get any pre-rendered gameplay for The Witcher 4, even though a bunch of people are like, that tech demo was gameplay. It's like, nope, they said multiple times that's not gameplay. So
listen, we are lying to you, and if you get tricked by our lies, it is on you. Yeah. Oh, they lied to us again. What couldn't they? That's funny.
We all know the fake gameplay trailers now when they put on commentary over it and Division.
God, can't do it again.
Close the door on the cop car. That's some real stupid things we get excited about.
I get very excited for that. Did you have you been playing anything else?
I complained about it on Blue Sky, but the Switch, for whatever reason, makes me want to rebuy games that I already own to play them on there. So I have gotten back into Darkest Dungeon. So I've been playing a lot of that lately.
The Darkest Dungeon.
It still hurts me as much as it did when I played it the first couple of times. I've never finished the game.
Are you playing 1 or 2?
Both.
Okay.
Well, I mean, one is hard to finish because it's very roguelike-y in nature.
Sure.
But yeah, my current pain point is like, I finally got a character to level 4. I'm keeping him alive. But oftentimes I'll get characters up to like level 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh man, I'm really powerful. And then I go for the boss, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm fucked. And everybody dies. And that's the
dungeon's too dark.
Yep.
The dungeon's too dark.
And the narrator comes in, he's like, yeah, you fucked up. Have a good day.
You're just being rude to me right now. There's no way to rub salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that a lot with Switch. Where I'll like Death's Door will be on sale for like $5, and I was like, I might as well buy it on here. Someday I'll want to play it.
Yep. As soon as if it goes $5, it's going on Switch. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And then quickly you spent like $25, and you're like, wait,
what have I done?
I have 5 games that I'm not going to play for a long time.
What have I done?
But hey, it looks cool. My library is like a little square.
See, that's the important thing. On my fronts, I've been playing some new stuff and some old stuff. New stuff that I'm writing a script about. That's kind of about a big broader topic, but I think I've brought it up on a pod or two. Miscellaneous, A Tiny Tale. It is now officially out. It came out on Switch last week and Steam this week, or yesterday, I think. Today, 31st. And this is a nice, short, like 5-6 hour kind of throwback platformer that feels like a GameCube game in a really great way. It feels like a mix of like Chibi Robo and Pikmin and Mario Sunshine, where you play as this little like the super charming little like wind up robot toy who has to navigate these like 7 or 8 different levels that are all like clearly like overgrown like a backyard. So that's kind of like the Pikmin feel of it, where it's like, oh, this is the desert level, but this is clearly just a sandbox. Oh, this is like the ice level, but this is like there's an open freezer that's like everything around it is cold, and that's why it's the ice level. The actual gameplay itself is very much just like a kind of like a Banjo-Kazooie platforming collectathon. You need to collect like the 10 widgets in the level. Some of them are out in the open. Some of them are at the end of platforming challenges. Other ones are kind of like little quests you have to do for characters. The thing that really won me over about the game is how incredibly charming its writing is. The writing doesn't overstay its welcome, but just every character and every line, like they say something funny, and they add like you get a little bit from every single interaction you have, which I got the same from Donkey Kong Bonanza actually as well. Like I really like Pauline. I think like the things she says are pretty entertaining and funny. But this game's able to do that Pixar thing where it could be really funny and sweet at one point, and then like kind of devastating the next minute. So
as all indie games are.
Yes, exactly. So
why are indie games so depressing all the time?
It's just a lot of sad people. Just sad people. Highly recommend that Miscellaneous, A Tiny Tale, if any of that sounded like, if you kind of miss those games of that GameCube era. And there's a lot about it that has like BGCNE, big GameCube energy. I kind of love it for that. So that's out now on Switch and Steam. And then I've also been playing a pair of old RPGs for streams. One, Final Fantasy X. I've been replaying that for the first time since launch, and then for my first time, which I got done with my fourth session, I think, or third session earlier today, was Fallout New Vegas. And I'm enjoying the hell out of both of them right now, even though there are things that baffle me about them. Final Fantasy X.
I haven't gotten to see your New Vegas streams. Like, how are you finding that kind of game design?
It's I am there for the writing. I am 100% there for the writing. The writing is like great. The side quests are like fucking awesome and memorable. The weirdest characters, like it is. This is the one game where like anytime someone gives me a side quest, I'm like, I'm 100% going to do this because I just want to see what's going on. This is not the kind of gameplay wise that I enjoy. The sort of incredibly slow, methodical pace, the kind of the wonkiness of combat in the VAT system. I'm not a fan of. You could pick up anything in the environment and put it in your pocket, but don't pick up too much because then you're going to be slow. Like that all just feels overwhelming to me. But the quality of writing in New Vegas is phenomenal, to the point to where obviously very different people, but I'm like, maybe I'm gonna give Outer Worlds 2 a try. It's Obsidian. Outer Worlds 1 I played for like 5 or 6 hours and I had pretty good writing. That's getting me more excited for that. And then and I guess I'm enjoying it because I'm playing it off stream. Like I was playing it late last night and like I didn't need to go any further and I kept playing it. So that's a good sign. And then same thing about Final Fantasy X. I've been slowly going through all of the Final Fantasy games in order over the past like few years. And this was one that I only played the one time in 2001 when it first came out. And maybe I was just old enough to where it didn't quite crack through into one of my favorite games. Like I think a lot of people slightly younger than me like have it as that formative RPG in the way that like a Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VII is for me. But putting myself in the mindset of 2001, this game was like fucking mind-blowing. We were talking about Battlefield earlier and how it's like one of those technically very impressive things. Like when I think about the fall of 2001, not only like the launch, like seeing Halo for the first time or Smash Melee on the launch of those two consoles, but the PS2 releasing Silent Hill 2 and Final Fantasy X and Eco and Jak and Daxter, like, and Metal Gear Solid 2, like those were like, we'll probably just never get a moment like that where everything is just like, oh, holy shit. Like, yeah, this is like a new generation. And so it's kind of cool to play Final Fantasy IX a little while ago and then to see the leap or even that entire PlayStation trilogy. Because I think 7, 8, 9, and 10 came out within like a 5-year span, which is wild now when you consider we probably won't get Final Fantasy 17 until 7 or 8 years after Final Fantasy 16. But pretty impressive stuff.
What number is like the Lightning Returns games?
13. Those are the 13s. So I'm obviously going to skip 11 and 14 because I'm not playing an MMO. And then there's a 10 and there's also a 10-2. But you didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. No, I do. Yeah.
That was the one that's all like it's like a girl pop game where you play as just 3 of the characters and you just switch outfits the whole time. And let me tell you, I'm very excited for this game. Just get me out of Final Fantasy X so I could just play my Spice Girls game.
Are you gonna replay the 13s?
I am, yeah. Which I'm excited for.
They always every time I see them on a Steam sale, like I feel like I want to try these, and then everybody's like, "Oh, they're bad," but also like Final Fantasy fans are very picky about what they like and what they don't.
Yeah, put them on. They got to put them on. They got to put them on Switch. That's the way to do it. Put 13s on Switch.
That'll make it everybody's favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah, everyone will be fine. Did you watch anything else? Play anything else?
No. I need to get caught up on Foundation because that started. I need to get caught up on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia because that also started. So got quite a few shows I want to watch. I did try a few minutes of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound today. Very smooth game. Weirdly, Dotemu is a developer that has quite a few games they're working on that I'm actually looking forward to, including Ninja Gaiden, but also that Absalom game that they're working on.
Yeah, they must be
really love that art style. Yeah, they're not small. They have a lot of games.
I think they do a lot of support work as well.
Yep, and then finished Dark Souls 2 on stream, and my least favorite of all the Souls games, unsurprisingly, but I just didn't like how obscure where to go was in that one. Like I never felt like I knew where I was doing. Where I haven't felt that way in any of the other Dark Souls games. Yeah,
it's a weird one. It absolutely feels like an outlier.
Yeah, the level design goes like, I mean, the levels go like, you're going linear, oh, back, linear. It's like, it's
weird. Dark Souls 1 is such a like, oh, like you can map out where everything is and it all makes sense. Whereas in Dark Souls 2, it's just like, fuck it, new biome, like new level. Yeah. Like it makes as much sense as a Mario level.
Yeah, I think like I would need to replay it again to have a firmer opinion on it because like it kind of got wiped from my mind because of all the stress of everything that happened last year. Like, I don't remember really playing it at all. But yeah, just not my favorite in the map structure, and it really surprised me that it's Jack's favorite. But
yeah, it's because it's
you should do a video on
that. Dark Souls 2, I think he did one where he counted all the buckets.
You should do one on why it's his favorite because it's weird.
Can't do more Dark Souls 2 videos. Jack just doing Dark Souls videos and me doing Nintendo videos. Actually, this is actually all I want from the channel.
This is all you do already.
Everybody, take it back. That's all we want to do. And then William Gibbs with a $5 dono. Thank you so much, William Gibbs. So many good games this year so far. My backlog is getting impossibly long. Also, Free Palestine. That's for all you guys do. Thank you so much, William Gibbs. Hell yeah.
They corrected. Thanks for all you guys do. They corrected themselves.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see the correction. You should be able to edit. No, you probably shouldn't be able to edit super chats. You probably shouldn't be able to do that. It's probably good that you can't do that.
Yeah.
Probably good that you can't do that. Awesome. Well, we keep today to a relatively short one because you and I are going to be back on Saturday for quite a while.
Yeah.
Okay, I was worried you literally forgot.
Nope, I did not forget. 8 more hours of Persona 5.
8 more hours of Persona 5 with an asterisk because it'll probably be 7. I'll be there for the whole time.
No, it won't be. We won't have a problem with this because last time we did it was when I finally got it on PS5 and transferred my save over. So I don't have to spend my first 30 minutes looking for a controller charge cord.
Okay.
My PS4 controller.
You could just how about at Friday night you just do a little test and you just see if everything works. And that is going to be, what time are we starting? 10 a.m. I've been telling people 10 a.m. but you and I haven't actually talked about when we're starting.
That's true. I was thinking 11 a.m.
Okay. Eastern.
Because then we get done at what? We get done at 7.
If you start at 10, you get done at 6.
Yeah, let's start at 10.
Oh, can you get up?
That's what you already told people, so we got to follow.
I have been telling people because I feel like the other ones have started.
I'm not going out Friday night. I'm going out Saturday night.
Okay, there you go. As a celebration for kissing waifu. Speaking of how you're like Dark Souls 2, a weird way to play the game where you play it like a year ago and then finish it this year. This is like the all-time weirdest way to play a video game, which I love and respect,
It's
and
like
it's going to be terrible.
It's like waiting for a new Star Wars movie every year.
Except they get delayed then, and there hasn't been one since 2019.
Exactly.
Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, we're going to be back. That'll be 10 a.m. Central on both YouTube and Twitch on Saturday. And then tomorrow at noon is going to be a DevHeads Plays stream where Tina is on holiday. And so Yahtzee is going to be joining them. And they're going to play some of that Tales from the Shire, the cozy Lord of the Rings game that came out, and kind of talk about farming sims, like those sort of sim management games and stuff, and what makes a good one tick. So that should be fun as hell tomorrow as well. And Fungus Finder with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. Will Nick finish Persona like he did Dark Souls? Not on Saturday. I think if we did a 24-hour stream, we would not finish it on Saturday, because I think we're still at Futaba's, but we're still in the Pyramid. I think we were at the Pyramid back at the Escapist.
No, I finished the Pyramid. Yeah, because I fight the big bird mom.
Yeah, you were fighting the bird mom. And
no, I finished. I finished that last. Yeah, I finished that. We were at the next dungeon.
I can't believe
we're heading towards it.
This is gonna be insane. This is gonna be like,
I don't know where.
It's really like Gandalf being like, I have no memory of this place.
I'm gonna get lots of pencils are gonna be thrown at Stunzeed.
I can't even. I forgot his name was Stunzeed. Yeah. What else? What else do you have going on? You have a new episode of Unpacked you and Eric are working on for tomorrow.
Yep, I do have a new episode of Unpacked, but first, I have to do something that I've promised to do on this podcast.
I already forgot about it.
For years, I know. I knew you forgot about it.
I literally forgot about it.
I have, since the days of Breakout, I said I would review craft beer on the podcast every once in a while. And you may have seen earlier in the stream, I think Marty had just started his section on the games he had been playing. And I took a sip out of this can, and I made a very cringe face.
Uh-oh.
I did not like it at all. So my review of Tropical Tank 7 is not good. It's a Boulevard. I mean, it's a Boulevard beer. It's a Belgian wheat beer, which I usually like.
Okay. I like Belgian wheats.
But the problem with what I really wanted was Boulevard has another type of beer called Tropical Smash, and it's a lighter beer, but it's got like pineapple and mango and like grapefruit flavor to it, and it's really, really good. But my high V was out of that, so I got the next step up, which was Tropical Tank 7. And this one is 8.7% alcohol, and I do not like it. It tastes like an IPA.
So, that's a heavy beer.
Yeah. So go Tropical Smash if you want like a really good summer beer.
The aroma is banana, tangerine, guava, and mango with touches of cloves and funk. Everything was edible until funk.
I don't know if all my beer does sound funk.
I got too much funk in my beer. Okay, and it sounds like this Boulevard is a Kansas City-based brewery.
Yeah, it's a local brewery to us. So my go-to is like Boulevard Wheat, which is just lemon beer. But yeah, this one, not bad. Not
sure.
I got confused. Not as refreshing as the Tropical Smash.
When you said Boulevard, I got confused because I was thinking of Belvedere, which is just a vodka,
Belvedere.
and I was like, "Are you just drinking vodka?" You're just like, I put vodka in here, everything's fine.
Murray, the Demon Skull, says it's possible to taste the funk. You know what? In the Tropical Smash, the funk is a good descriptor for that beer. I do feel a little funky.
I feel like funk shouldn't be
like I should be wearing the shirt that Marty is wearing.
Funky is different than funk, though. Like a funk is like an odor. Whereas Funky is like Funky Kong, who gets high and flies that airplane, even though he shouldn't be, because you should not be flying an airplane when you're high, Funky Kong.
To be honest, I didn't smell the beer to see if it was funk.
Gotcha. I feel like funk is like funk's just a way of life.
Like
we're being
Skittles
honest, that's all funk is.
Says taste the rainbow, not smell the rainbow.
Funk the rainbow.
It's probably Irish. Little goblin at the end of the
go funk the rainbow. That was a great. I'm gonna be honest. That was a great first beer review, and Casey's gonna be really proud of you that you finally reviewed a beer.
I'll try another one next week.
Incredible. This is what a time to be alive. Yeah, and then for me, you could check out. I'm putting a link to my video on Donkey Kong Country Bonanza that Eric did a phenomenal job producing and editing. So please take a look at that. Yeah, Eric fucking knocked it out of the park with that intro. Good job, Eric. You
Punch it out of the park.
He fucking
Smashed it.
Bonanza smashed it.
Funkin' smashed it.
He funked it. He funked it out of the park. So yeah, like we mentioned, tune back in tomorrow for Unpacked and Dev Heads at noon. Tomorrow evening, I'll probably do a short little anime stream, and then Saturday all day, Nick and I, starting at 10 a.m., will be playing Persona. So tune in for that. So for Nick and Eric, this was Marty. This was Firelink episode number 77. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursdays, and we'll see you all back here with Casey next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.